Hey guys, Kevin here to bring you a brand new video where today we're going to be doing day 13 of Failed Film February. And the film that we're going to be talking about today is a brand new film called Moonfall. Now this is from well-known director Roland Emmerich, who has made many films like this that are just like disaster movies, world-ending movies like 2012, Independence Day, Day After Tomorrow, many more. So yeah, with this movie, it's like, there's just like so much like stupid, ridiculous action going on with like, these end of the world events happening. And I just feel like it was just like, it leaned too hard into like the unrealistic, where like, I remember watching like F9 a while ago and it being like annoyingly unrealistic. And this is also like annoyingly unrealistic in that way too, where just like the things that happen just like don't make sense. And with this, it's just like so much is going on here. There's very little room for like, I guess, like character detail or like any sort of like nuance to these characters. They're pretty like forgettable, which is like interesting because this movie is like full of like A-list stars like Michael Pena, Patrick Wilson, and Halle Berry. And yeah, it's just like I don't see anything like that's really added here with these characters though. It's just pretty dry, pretty bland. And just like how it like progresses like really like bothered me because like I feel like it wasn't like all that coherent or like that like, structured that well. I mean, like I feel like Speed 2 is like a better movie because it's like it feels like it has more like a structure to it, whereas this is just like end of the world happening, things crashing down, like people need to save world. Here's explanation for what's been going on. It's just like I found a lot of it like so hard to like really like gel with. I feel like it just doesn't like work a lot of the time. Now, obviously the writing with this like isn't like that like great just because like these characters are like pretty like cliche. You have like the dad who, left his son and whatnot, and he wants to like reunite with his son, and that's like the whole like arch behind like what carries him to like save the world, which is just like you think about it like, oh yeah, I'm saving the world for my son. Like, okay, dude, you could just be like saving the world because saving the world is kind of a big deal. Like, okay, and then it's just like, yay, we saved the world, sun's here, and it's just like a silly way of portraying that. But yeah, it's just like so often dull with like how it progresses with these characters that like you just really can't like get like that attached to. And like there's so many like holes too, and just like how everything like comes together here. And the big problem I had with this is that for all the unrealisticness that's here, and what this movie's trying to be, it's trying to be like smart too, which is just like really painful to watch because why would a movie that's so unrealistic and stupid try to act like smart, like it knows everything about the universe, with like this whole reveal about like our ancestors and like the universe and how the world was created. Like, yeah, dude, you just know everything about that because you just do. And I suppose like there's like a decent concept here with like I guess like how the moon is controlled by like this like center. But even that's just like kind of stupid because dude, like if you go inside the moon, obviously there's not going to be a fucking machine in there controlling the moon. Like, come on now. Like, it's just like really like stupid when you like think about it overall. And the movie like acts like it's like rewriting history with like, yeah, this is what really happened to the world. Put it in your textbooks now. Like, yeah, dude, okay. I will say what I did like about this movie is that it was better in the first half because it was like moving along in kind of like a sense that the world was like reacting to what was happening here, and you were slowly starting to discover that what was really going on with the moon, and like that slow build up to like finding out like what's really going on here, and trying to like plan out the mission. Like I thought that like was moving at like a decent pace and could be enjoyable. Like even if the characters aren't super like fleshed out, like it was still like pretty watchable for a while. I felt like, and you know, like Don't Look Up is like another example of like a world-ending movie, and I feel like this in a way is like better because it's more like simplistic and it doesn't like hold on to those moments as long, but it does still show like, hey, you know, this is what happens when the world ends. Like there's gonna be people in denial about it. There's gonna be panic. There's gonna be like crime in the streets, like looting and whatnot, and yeah, like it is like a decent depiction of that. I felt like with like all the destruction that's occurring, but you know, I mean, when you think about like the things that people survive in this, like realistically, like you know, there wouldn't be that much of a percent of people that survived this event. I mean, just based on like what I'm seeing, but you know, it is like you know tackling that sort of subject matter of like how society would react in a decent way though. I'm going to give this movie a 5.4 out of 10. So yeah, hope you guys have enjoyed this video. Make sure to leave a like if you have, and I'll see you guys in the next one.